Today we're going to be talking about the Queen's Gambit, which starts off,
with
as you can see,
D4,
d4,
D4, D5, and
d5. It is initiated by the move
C4.
c4.
4. Yes,
Now, there are many responses with the Queen's Gambit, such as the Queen's Gambit declined
which is like
and
E3, the Slav
the Slav defense.
defense. Yes,
But the most popular that will be played amongst 200s, like you guys, or 100s,
yeah,
which will be the Queen's Gambit accepted, which
yeah,
is d takes c4.
yes. By
Now
the
we are
way,
also
this video is targeted for players that are 200 to 800 elo.
yeah, because I'm sure a lot of you are trying to get into chess,
Yeah,
but you're playing
yeah.
stuff like h4, h5, rook h3. I know that's your first move. I know most of you guys have played that. And we're also going to be talking about counter gambits, like
Yeah,
the Alban counter gambit. That'll be
yeah,
later.
yeah.
But
That'll be
first, we're
later
gonna
in
talk
the
about
video.
yeah. First, we're gonna talk about the Queen's gambit accepted, which if they take the pawn, the move is e4.
Yes,
E4. Now you have a BBC, a big
big
boy
boy center.
center.
Yes, yes,
So you have a BBC, and also you're attacking the pawn.
yeah,
Black may be up a pawn. They may be up a pawn, but you're actually winning right now. You
yeah,
are winning. You have the center. Now, if black plays anything other than defending the pawn, for example, if they defend the pawn, then you're actually attacking this pawn back.
yeah,
So yeah, but if they play a move like knight c3, knight c6, you should not take the pawn. Do not take the pawn. If you take the pawn, that's an absolute
yeah,
blunder because
yes,
you hang your another pawn.
yeah,
So by taking this pawn, you hang another. So there's no difference.
yeah,
So don't be impatient. Just protect the pawn.
yeah,
Protect the
yes,
pawn. Now if they do this. Don't fall for it again. This pawn is hanging.
yeah.
So develop, protect the pawn. Now
Now,
nourish.
you, yes,
Okay, the most common moves for 200s to play are of course h5.
yeah, but you might be
Uh,
800, so they might
so
play,
they might play bishop g4.
yeah,
So nourish, what's the best move?
which you should calmly just play bishop to e3. No, no,
Big,
the other bishop, the other bishop.
oh yeah, a bishop to e3.
Yeah.
Because, for example, they
For example,
taking the
if
pawn is
yeah,
an absolute blunder because once you take the pawn, bishop takes. Okay, do not take the bishop with the pawn. You ruin your pawn structure. You ruin the king's protection. Do
yes,
not do that. But even if you take with the pawn or take with the queen, you're still losing in both ways because you hang a pawn. So now the queen is being under attack. Now they're up a pawn. Now you don't have a BBC anymore.
yes,
So it's losing for you actually. So if you calmly don't don't get too excited. Oh I lost the pawn. I'm gonna win it back. I'm a god. I have a BBC. Oh my god. Calmly protect the pawn. Just bishop e3.
yes,
Now this pawn is protected. If they take, you take back.
yeah,
Now this pawn is up for grabs. And now if they finally realize that they have to protect this pawn, you take it. You're completely winning.
yes,
You're completely winning, and you're gonna win this pawn. There's no way for them to protect the pawn without destroying their position.
yes. So they,
So,
yeah,
for now, black might play takes, or
yeah,
maybe they don't want to take, or like I don't know, they might play
yes,
e6 to open up the bishop. So now, if the best move here is to obviously take the pawn. Now you it might in chess if you're winning or losing, it doesn't depend on how much material you have. For example, if you're 1 point above, it doesn't mean you're winning. If you're 2 points below, it doesn't mean you're losing. So if they try to open up your bishop, but if they do something, if they take, you take. Now
And
you're just
yeah,
completely winning. Yeah.
because you have the bishop pair, and as Gotham said, two bishops are better than two knights.
Yep. Now you you have the center. You're about to grab this pawn. If they blunder, you're gonna grab another one. You're completely winning. So, for example, black plays finally this to develop the bishop to castle. You take the pawn, and okay, we're just showing you the examples of what could happen in the game. This doesn't mean you should play all the moves we show because like sometimes there might be different lines because what we show doesn't mean the opponent's gonna play something they're gonna play the exact same. For example, your opponent might not even play this. They might play what do 200s play? They might play something like this. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something like
Fien
this.
Keto your bishop. Yeah.
They might yeah, as Hikaru said, Fiancido your bishop.
Yeah.
They might play something like this. So
Also,
it's
don't be scared because after queen takes, black will take your pawn because two pieces are attacking it.
yeah.
Okay, so knight takes d4.
Yep.
Okay, you just move back. No, no, no. Actually, you can take, taking is actually
You
a reasonable move. You
taking
can
for
take.
200s reasonable because technically when you take queen takes you're activating the queen and now you have a lot of opportunities because your queen your king you can develop you can do anything so proceed Narish.
You can just take the knight. This is
You
for
take the knight,
200 to 800. Queen takes.
queen takes the bishop,
Now you can do multiple moves. One of the moves is King E2. Don't play that move. The bomb
king
cloud
e2
variation.
bonkla.
Okay, you can play. Just slide your rook over. Rook to D2, and you can see your rook
This
has, yes,
opens the file because the
yes.
queen has to move. If the queen doesn't move, you're winning a free 9 points material with no downside. So, and even if they move their queen out, you still have an open file, a complete open file, which is targeting the king, and they still haven't developed the bishop. So you have to think of things like this. For example, your opponent might not play exactly this, but you have to make sure that you have the correct responses. So you play this, and then Narish proceed.
Mm. After that, they will play like Queen to C5.
They
Trying.
would they would they would
Yeah.
retreat their queen. Maybe
To
go here,
C5. Yes.
or maybe even go here to attack this pawn. So for example, they go here. Okay.
And then
Now, okay, yeah,
uh,
proceed.
you can just grab the pawn. Yes.
You might, yeah, you might look like, oh, you're gonna lose this pawn.
Okay.
Now the knight is being under, like,
Let me tell
it's
you something.
okay.
Okay, now let them take the pawn. Let them take it.
They take
And now you play this move, which is so disgusting. You play pawn to E5.
attacking, even
Yes.
though you just attack the knight, even though you're like the queen is here, is like you might be scared, or they might
Okay.
look like there's checkmate somewhere,
No.
but don't worry, your king is
And you,
completely
okay, then you
safe.
might be asking, oh wait, why move the pawn? Because look, if the horse moves anywhere, it's checkmate in one. Look at the
You see,
bishop and the queen.
for example, this they have to,
Sacrifice the
you
knight.
know,
Yes.
sacrifice the night. But if I'm sure most of you are looking for, you're below 1000, you're looking
Yeah.
for a opening to play. If they might move the night, they might
Undeveloped, yeah.
yeah,
Undeveloped. And then it's a
undeveloped,
checkmate in one.
but they can actually stop that by going here. They
Yeah.
block the rook, but you're still completely winning. Okay.
Yes.
So for example, I'm sure, let's just show them. Okay, you move somewhere like here.
Okay. No, actually, let's play main line. Let's play main line.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
So they move the knight there. You just
Yeah.
calmly check the king.
Check the king. It might look, oh, it's not checkmate. It's okay. You're still winning. You're
Then you
completely
don't
winning.
care about the knight that's being attacked. Do not care about the. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, move that pawn. Move it.
You move this pawn
Yes. And
because
then you.
now the knight is pinned. So
Yes.
they're gonna have to do something.
Yes.
They're gonna
And
have
then
to
you.
lose the knight.
Then you're gonna be like, oh my god, the queen just takes my knight. I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a free knight. It's completely
Yeah.
free, and it comes with a check. Oh my god.
Yes. But don't worry. They take your knight. Let them take. You move your king to F. Okay. They're gonna take your bishop, and then you move it back again. Okay. They're gonna play like, oh, protect the queen, right? Protect the queen.
They're gonna
Yes, protect it. Yeah, do anything,
protect the
and then
knight. Okay,
you take with the rook. Take check.
take
The only
check.
way to save the game is to take with the queen.
Because if they for example, if they move here, it's mate.
Yes.
It's mate. You just win. So
Yeah. To
wait
take it,
they have to take with the queen. That's the only move to
and
save the
then
game.
you take the
Now
queen.
you take the queen.
Yes.
They take
And then you
now
do. No, you know what? Now, only what you do? Yeah, you check him. You check him.
you check
Yes.
him.
And then the
Now
only
for
way is to protect the pawn. Yes.
is to
And
go
then
here.
you must somehow you must play h3 or g3. Put your king to safety. Bring your rook out because a queen is worth more than two rooks and a bishop. Well, actually, a queen and a rook is worth more than two rooks and a bishop. So,
But you
if
see, they're
yeah,
all undeveloped. They're
yeah.
all undeveloped.
So it's okay. The position is okay.
I mean, it's not like you're 100% winning, but it's
Yeah,
also not like you're
yeah.
100% losing. Because
Losing, yes.
if
It's more on
you're,
70% you're winning and 30% you're
yeah,
losing. This is
yeah,
a very
because
aggressive line. So if you don't want to do this, you can just
you
calmly
don't,
play
you don't have to
d4.
do
Yeah,
this.
you don't have to just put your pawn straight away. You can just calmly play d4,
D4,
d5,
D5,
and then
C4.
c4, and then they take. You take,
They take
and then you
you.
calmly. No, 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 no. This is an
Oh
aggressive
yeah, yeah,
line. You just put the knight on yeah. This is a very, very, very positional play.
very positional.
Positional
Because,
play.
for example,
You don't commit the pawn too early because you don't know that e pawn is going to be in e3 or e4. So you don't. You just play a knight move. Just commit
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yes.
So this is common knowledge. You should know.
Yes.
The D pawn's best friend
It's
is
the
the
c
C
pawn.
pawn.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be the C
C
pawn
pawn.
because normally you would think, oh, E pawn's best friend is D, so D
No.
should be E, but no, it's a C. For example, normally why people play this, so they take. This is why you bring out the E pawn.
Yes.
So, oh, you lose this best friend, now you get another best
Yeah.
friend. You know?
So this, if you want to play e4, it's okay. It's you're going too aggressive. But if you want to play positional, you can just play
Yeah,
big
positional, aggressive.
knight to c3, and then because you don't know the e pawn is going to protect the d pawn by going e3, or be its best friend by going to e4.
And
Like
there's also many lines because
yeah,
what we showed before isn't necessarily gonna be in
yeah,
the game you're playing.
yes,
So you just have to like keep in mind that, oh, if he does something like that, okay. For example, you bring up a rapid game. You don't gotta play every move in 1 second. Do
yeah,
not do that. That's a
because
complete
disaster.
blunder.
Yes,
It's terrible. Take your time. It's 10 minutes, and your opponent's gonna take even more time. You have more time to think while he's thinking. It's a lot
yes.
of time.
Okay, so
So
now you
now,
know the basics. Now let's go to the counter gambit.
let's go to the counter gambit, which is known as the Albin
Albin counter gambit.
counter gambit. They will play d4, d5, c4, and you might. Oh, for example, you open up a chess game. You go d4, you go d5. They go d5, you go c4, and they play e5. You won't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You might take this pawn. You might take this pawn. You don't know what to do. You might just develop. You don't know what to do. So we're gonna teach you what to do. Okay. So the best move for you to play, because the best move for you to play is, of course, uh,
Not d takes e. The
because
best
the
move
Albin,
for you, yeah. The Albin is sacrificing a pawn to get more development. This
yeah.
is the
So
main point
if,
of Albin.
for example, or
Yeah.
you might see 200s play. The
The
Queen's
Albin,
Gambit,
yeah.
because they've yeah, the Queen's Gambit, because they've either watched the show or they've saw some Gotham chess video. So for example, this is a very easy
Yeah.
gambit to play
So
against
if
the
your opponent plays the Albin, the best mainline theory is e3. E3.
e3,
Yes.
because for example, if you go e3, it's like, because normally what the counter gambit wants you to do is to take the pawn. They want you
Yeah.
to take the pawn so they can push. They want to
Yes.
push the pawn. They want to push. So this just supports this pawn. Now
Yes.
it's supported.
Yeah.
So if they take, now you have the b, like you have it. You have the queen's gambit again.
Yes.
The kings are open.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So after you played e3, opponent now has nothing. They'll be like, oh my god, my pawns are too overextended. There's no clear way of protecting them. You see, you put the opponent in a lot of stress now. See,
Now you
even
see what's
yeah,
yeah.
see even one move can dethrow your opponent.
Yeah, because normally whenever you watch a YouTube video and you see like a gambit you want to play, and then you play it, and then the opponent does something, you don't know what to respond. You don't gotta get too like flustered, because they're like, you can just play on, develop, develop, try to castle,
Yeah.
just play calmly.
Yes.
So now we're gonna teach you how to perform the counter gambit. This is the way how to counter it. And if they take, you just take. If
Yeah.
they take this, you take this.
Yeah.
It's very
So
easy.
if your opponent plays the Albin counter gambit, you're gonna play the Albin counter gambit counter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Albin counter gambit
Yeah.
counter.
Now let's say
So right
your
now,
opponent plays the Queen's Gambit and doesn't know about
yeah.
the Albin counter gambit. Now we're gonna teach how to play the Albin counter
So
gambit.
right now,
So
you
let's
are
reverse the
black.
board. Let's
You
reverse the
are
board.
black.
Reverse the board.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to do that. Okay, whatever. Okay, so
No, no, no. Go to
now,
the three lines. Go to the three lines. Yeah, flipboard.
okay, yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Now, so now, right now, you're black, okay?
yeah,
No, yeah, yeah. Okay, so your opponent plays, of course, what they saw in a Gotham chess videos. They played the Queen's Gambit. Oh, it's so good. It's a Netflix show. I've watched it. I'm a
yeah. I'm
grandmaster now.
cool. I'm a grandmaster. Yeah,
Okay, now what happens if you play the Albin counter gambit? They might think, oh, if I take this pawn, or they take, oh, but if I take this pawn, then they
yeah.
cannot take. So they might think, oh, I take this pawn. Now, if they take this pawn, you just push. You just push. You just push. You just push. You
Now
just push it.
you might be asking, why do I push? Because look, the knight can't go to its square.
The
Same
the
thing.
knight is completely
Yeah,
like you cannot the knight can't go anywhere. So this is the starting position of the Albin counter gambit. Blacks down a pawn, but the d pawn cramps the white pieces. Like it cramps the
yeah.
pawn, it cramps the knight, and
And
the
look,
b1.
look at how
Yeah,
much space black has.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not really a
It's
clear path. Look,
uh
the
it
look at
might
black's position. Black can just move their bishops any way they want. And look at white.
look at black. It's completely free. The board is completely
Look,
free for.
look at the knights. Look at the knights.
The knights cannot
Yeah,
go. The bishop is blocked. The queen has very little position. Like
yeah,
it's not so easy for black to play. It throws off the
yeah.
white's opponent,
Yes.
black's opponent. So what if your opponent plays e3? What if your opponent plays e3? What do you do? You just
Well,
go
yes.
bishop
Check,
b4.
check.
Easy. Just go bishop b4. Easy. It's a check. Now, for example, you go bishop d4.
They're gonna play bishop to
They might play this.
d2.
They
Yeah.
might play this. They can't play this because it's just stick line. So they're gonna play this. They're gonna play this. And after the move bishop d2, black has the move d takes e3. Now if you play d takes e3, you might be
Yes.
thinking, oh my god, you just blundered a bishop. What's wrong with
Actually,
you?
no, you did not.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't. Now, uh, for example, if white takes the bishop, they're completely lost.
Yes.
They're completely lost. like completely lost. But if white is a little bit smart, and oh yeah, if white is smart and they take the pawn, no worries. But first, let's show what happens if they take the bishop. So they take the bishop. You're down 3 points of material. You
Yeah.
must be so scared. Don't worry. You just take this pawn. Just
With
take this
check.
pawn.
With
Just take
check.
it.
First
Yeah,
of
with
all.
check.
And then the
Now
black
if
king is moved to move
yeah,
forward one step.
because if the black king takes,
You just
you
take the
have a
queen.
free queen. You have
Queen,
a
yes.
free queen.
Yes.
So the only move for black is to go here.
Yes.
Go forward. Yes. Now,
Yes.
if knight if for example if
Okay, after
yeah
let me after they do the move, you know
okay
what you do? You do the
uh,
brilliant move. Go pawn takes yes, pawn takes. You do to a knight, do to a knight, promote to a knight,
into a knight.
check
It's a
the
check.
king,
No. Oh,
and
you
then
you
rook takes,
rook takes.
and then do your genius move bishop to g4 check. You
Look at this. Look at this
fin.
skewer.
It's a mamma mia, so good.
You're winning this
Yes,
queen. It's the most beautiful counter gambit
yes,
ever.
the
Most
most
beautiful.
beautiful.
Beautiful. The
Yes,
best. Now,
yes,
if you move and the queen moves and just take. You're winning.
yeah, yeah.
Completely winning.
You can
Just take it.
either take the queen with the queen, or if you want to like really
You
disappoint your opponent, just take with the
take
bishop.
with the bishop.
Yeah,
But you should take with the queen. You activate your queen. I mean, not
yes,
you don't cannot take it, but you activate your queen. You know, your queen's able to move everywhere.
yes,
So yeah, you're completely winning right now.
yes. So that's
Now,
how.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we got.
So yeah, now
Yeah,
we're gonna that's for the Queen's Gambit, of course.
yeah,
There are many other openings, and we're gonna make
yeah.
many other videos of other openings,
I think for
such
the
as
next video,
our next video
we're
is
gonna
gonna be
play English. The
the
English.
English, and we might
Targeted
play the
for
Karakan.
1,100 above. The English is for targeted 1,100
Yeah.
above.
So if you just play the Queen's Gambit, because normally when you're 200 or 800, I don't really know your elo, but I'm sure you're below 1000.
Yeah,
A lot of people play e4 e5. And this right here is like people know what to play, e4 e5, oh bishop here,
yeah,
oh I don't know, oh here, and then you go
yeah,
here or here, opponent plays here, it's mate, oh my god, oh my god.
yeah.
But by playing d4, I'm
It's a whole
many
new game. It's a
yeah
whole new game.
d4 has a lot of aggressive
Yeah.
opportunities, a lot of aggressive
Or
opportunities.
maybe you don't want to take the center, like you want to control the center. You can play
Yeah.
c4. It's the English. You can
Okay.
play c4 on
See,
the first move. The
which we are gonna
English.
be talking, yeah,
Yeah.
which we're gonna be talking about in the next video.
Yes.
Now, there are many other openings you can learn. Don't just play e4, e5. That's
Yes.
very plain, very boring. For example, you can even play the Karukan, the Karukan. You can even play the Karukan. You might look like, oh my god, why is he moving the C pawn? Why is he moving the D pawn?
Yeah.
It looks
Yes.
like a 100 elos playing this,
Yes.
but it's actually a very complicated, very lot like a very complicated line that
I
most
wouldn't say
grandmasters play.
complicated. It's more like understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like it. You can understand it easily, but the Karukan has a lot of lines, quite a lot. There's also we're just gonna be browsing off openings here.
Yeah.
There's also this. You might be thinking, oh, you go here. I'm sure
The
this
four
is
knights
what,
game. Yeah.
yeah, what most of your games are. I'm sure this is what most of. It's very boring. It's
Yeah.
extremely boring.
Korea.
Imagine
You
chess
should
is,
spice things up. Yeah.
yeah, just spice things up. You learn new openings. It becomes more difficult. For example,
Mm.
you play uh this Roy Lopez. Now
Yeah.
they do this. They
If
do
if
this. You know
you're
what's
if
hard?
you're if you're 800 and playing the Rui Lopez, like
You shouldn't
the
really do
yeah,
that.
you shouldn't
Roy
do it. You're
Lopez has a very
800.
lot
Yeah.
of alliance. Yeah.
A lot of theory. Yeah. A lot of
There's
lines.
also the Sicilian.
Yeah. Yes.
There's also the Fianchetto as
The
what there's
Fianchetto.
the
Yes.
Kings in the Kings. There's a
The
bunch. There's
perk
a bunch.
defense. Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
bunch.
So
There's a bunch.
yeah,
So
that's all for today.
yeah, you should take time to learn your
Yeah.
openings. Don't just play e4. But I mean, you can, but because e4 comes with a lot of openings itself. But don't just play e4, e5, knight f3. It's a bit plain.
Yeah. That's
So
all.
take your time. Chess is not supposed to be something you can get good at straight away.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
it.
all.
Next, yeah,
Next
next
video,
video we're gonna be talking about the English opening. So stay tuned.
make sure to like.
Yep, like, subscribe, and thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.